Hey Zodiac!
What's goody?
Hey Zodiacs on Instagram, hey Zodiacs on Facebook. We are here for another episode of Virgo S1 Ep8. Do not forget to share this video, girl.
Comment.
Share it. Comment. Like it.
Subscribe.
Love it. Okay? Let us know that you're in the room with hearts. Ain't nobody in here yet, though. So I don't know what I'm saying on that. So we got time to get everything set up then, because the girls ain't in here yet.
Black people are always late.
Or we just ain't that well known yet, bitch. Oh.
Hold on, this may be true. She's stuck. So how's you all's evening? Y'all had a good evening?
I think this is my computer doing this. Hold on. But yeah, thank you for watching Virgo S1 Girls. Okay. I'm Reese Omega.
And I'm Chris James.
You can follow me, my personal main page, at Reese Omega on Instagram or at heysis.tv on Instagram.
Reese
Omega.
Reese Omega.
Reese Omega.
And you can follow me on IG. And on IG, Black Boy Wellness is BLACK WELLNESS, right? Right?
You know how to spell your own Instagram?
Oh no, wait, cause
girl, it's in the bio on Instagram. Because he don't know his own Instagram name. How do you know your own Instagram name?
I had a brain fart for a second. It's okay. I know how to spell, guys.
You should see the text messages we share.
First of all,
he does not know how to spell.
First of all, I was a spelling bee champion in school.
Come on, Akila.
I'm very good at spelling and reading.
Come on, Akila and Nabi.
A little dyslexic. But yeah. So what's up? We're gonna get out. What?
I think this is my laptop acting stupid.
Is it?
Because the video is fine.
You know who else was fine? This nigga that took me out earlier this week. He was fine. I got a date.
Whoa!
Sis.
Whoa!
I got a date, sis.
When did you go on a date?
He took me out Wednesday. A little lunch date.
You didn't tell me about this?
You know I'm a secretive child.
Okay, so what happened?
We met on Hinge.
Okay.
So we met on Hinge, and he was like really charming. He's a Leo, and I kind of like, but I was intrigued too. So I was like, we conversed over Hinge for a little while. Monday and Tuesday. But Tuesday night, he asked me, what would I be doing that Wednesday? You know, I do Uber Eats, so like, bitch, I'm off whenever I want to be off.
Okay.
So I was like, nothing. So he asked me to go out. We walked the belt line.
Which part of the belt line?
Over towards Decatur Street. So we walked the belt line, we talked and chopped it up, and then we went to Shake Shack. And that was my second, because I ate Shake Shack in Los Angeles.
Oh, it was oh my God.
It was delicious.
When we had Shake Shack in LA, that was...
You really passionate about that?
It was so delicious. I only had the milkshake though, but that was enough.
Was you on a flashback?
Whew.
Yeah, we had Shake Shack, and
I'm a fat boy at heart, y'all. It's never going away.
We agree on a lot
Hey,
of
Rachel.
things. Hey, Rachel. We agree on a lot of things. Like, you know, I don't believe in traditional monogamy. Okay. And neither does he.
That's cool.
And, yeah, we talked about music, because he's a dancer. Mm-hmm. So we talked about a lot of stuff. So it was just,
he's a dancer.
Yeah, he's a dancer.
What kind of dancer does he do?
He does jazz and hip-hop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he know you're a hip-hop star?
Yes, he does. He knows I'm a hip-hop star. So he's gonna really know I'm a hip-hop star after 2 days. I got 3 more dates to go on, and these legs are gonna be open.
Oh my God.
I'm playing. But yeah,
bitch, I believe.
No, I'm joking. But no, we had, it was a cute little date, and we're going out again sometime next week. So I'm excited.
So what do you like about him?
He's different. Like he's a free spirit. He's very affirming too. Like he kept telling me how handsome I was, and I love that shit.
Virgos love a good compliment,
love
but we
that.
can't take it either.
I was very awkward when he was saying it. I was like, oh, thank you.
Hey, the guys.
He said it a lot. He was like, "You so fine, you so chocolatey and fine." I was like, "What?"
I think that's really important to tell somebody that you're dating, you're interested in, how attractive you are to them.
Yes.
I think that's very important. So I like when people do that. Like I don't need it every 5 seconds now. Now, because I really can't take compliments. I'm horrible at it. But it feels good when somebody is consistently always telling you how fine you is.
And maybe we were just moving too fast, but towards the end of the date, when we were walking to Shake Shack, he grabbed my hand.
He did not.
He did.
On the first date? Did you feel like a little cunty princess?
I felt like fucking justice and for the justice.
And he was too close? You felt like a little petite woman? Ooh, I love that. Well, good for you, friend.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Hopefully he don't fuck it up. Because, my antennas is like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay.
But what's the word? Vicariously live through my friends because y'all.
But you need to get out and date.
No.
Yes. You need to date.
I don't got time for the anxiety of dating. It's too much anxiety.
Are you going to anxiety yourself through the rest of your life?
I'll start dating when I don't know why I find it so. Like for me, getting to know somebody that I don't know, it's just so weird to me.
It was awkward for me too, but
and then I'm always thinking about what they think about me and blah blah blah. So it's like it gets weird for me when on dates. My dates always feel weird right on dates.
Well, I told him, I said, look, I'm a little awkward. He was like, I can tell. I was like, well, damn.
Drag her.
Drag her.
In her career. Drag her.
I was like, well, damn, it's okay. Okay. All right.
So how you really feel?
Right.
No, I've had people tell me that I have awkward energy. Because I'm, like, you know me, I'm really loose around my friends, around people that I kind of know well. So it's not as weird around people that I know. But when it comes to people that I don't know, especially romantically, it just gets really awkward. I try to show my real personality the best I can because I hate, like, pretending to be somebody that I'm not. But it just gets a little awkward.
You know how you convert the awkwardness, though?
No.
Get on your knees.
Why does everything with you revert to sexual things? But anyway, welcome to Virgo as Fuck again. We really have to pour our drink.
Yes.
Today we have a wine that I bought for $5 at the grocery store, bitch, because I was in a hurry. Okay? So do not judge me. But this is a little bit of ASMR for you guys. Every single time. Hey, Killer Cokes. Thank you, Killer Cokes. My faves.
Yes.
Thank you. So listen to this wine pour. We got little glasses today because we got a little bottle.
Fill that shit up to the rim, though.
You ready? Here you go, friend.
Bitch, gonna give me some wine?
Shit. And you pour it on the goddamn table. And don't y'all mind my table. Me and my other friend Raheem were working. We're not working. We're engaging in some hookahing, some little hookah, and the coals fell on our table and messed up the table.
I thought it was like milk. I said, bitch, what? I said, who had milk? Who had milk and this dried up? It's not good.
You like it? It's dry. It's not sweet. It's a sipper. But my week has been kind of like normal. Like nothing exciting happened this week. I do want to touch on that fucking fight that happened with Wendy Williams and Jocelyn, bitch. Did you watch that video?
I love it. Here's your flowers.
Jocelyn to me was doing way too much. Jocelyn has like Jocelyn has a fake delusional thought about herself that she's like bigger than what she is. She said she had a #1 show in the country, and Wendy Williams let her know very, very quickly, you had the #1 show on Zeus, sis.
Not the country, Zeus.
And if Wendy Williams really wanted to, she could have ended.
But I think when Wendy, being the person that she is, and being the attention person, I don't want to say attention whore because it's disrespectful. But she lived for that though too.
Yeah, she lives that kind of
quiet as kept. She like another moment, bitch. That's why she just let it keep going.
Yeah, but they both were kind of smart because Jocelyn went on that show to start that shit to get some attention, and Wendy Williams sees the potential and how much that could bring ratings in, and she just let it go. Because she could have ended it really quick. She could have been like, no, cut her off.
When she picked them flowers up and threw them flowers, though, I laughed my ass. She said, here's the flowers, Jocelyn, here.
Here, do you want it? Take it. Like, girl.
I laughed my ass off. I can't wait to be on the Wendy Williams show.
Oh,
I want her to get all up in my business.
I just hope that she's still around by the time we pop off. Well, her contract is to 2020 or something. I'm talking about, like, health-wise. I hope she makes it. Not makes it as it comes out wrong. In a health-wise, being like her health stays well to it, she can still do the show.
She just got gout. That's it.
She does not have gout.
She just got.
She has.
She just got gout. That's it.
What's it called? When your legs swell up.
I went to school with this. I should know this. Let me go on my mind.
When your legs swell up.
What is it, y'all, when your legs swell up and they're like sausages?
Like my legs.
And like my legs.
What is that shit called?
What is it called, y'all?
Lymphedema. Lymphedema. She has lymphedema. But I just hope, her health is well. I would love to meet Wendy Williams, though.
We would do.
But speaking of like entertainment and the entertainment community, we want to talk about today. Our main focus today is, as you see in the title of the live video, it's called "The Attack of the Culture Vultures."
Are you a culture vulture? I can't say that.
Culture
vulture. Are you a culture vulture?
I am an African American person.
Again, I ask.
So how can I?
Are you a culture vulture?
No. How can I be a culture vulture? What culture do I take from?
Native American culture all the time.
Don't you start with
He got that sage and that. You're not supposed to do that. That's not for you.
Without disrespecting the Native American community, I'm not going to respond to that. But I do not think that me burning sage is culture appropriation. What I'm talking about is people that take something from a culture and rename it and call it their own.
He did rename this shit, bitch. He said that he, what did you call it? Smudging?
I never called it smudging.
He said he was smudging, bitch. Them evil spirits from Pornhub and all that stuff they be watching. But
but no, how do you feel about white artists that do music like R&B or like smooth jazz blue eyed soul or hip hop or rap? How do you feel about white artists also doing those genres?
It's cool. It's cool when that is who they are naturally. Like there's something that they
Hey Justin
went for naturally. Like JoJo, for example.
Yeah.
I can't see JoJo singing pop music. JoJo is an R&B girl, but JoJo grew up on that kind of music. Bless you. Same with Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
I can't see it for her doing like a pure pop record because she loves blues. But it's the other girls that come in that makes me raise my eyebrow. And I won't put all the blame on them too because the record is X too.
So you feel like some people you can tell when it's genuine,
yeah,
and you can tell when it's fake.
Just like you can tell when a white person a wigger, when they're really from the hood, and they're not trying to be any this, but they grew up around.
Right.
Versus a white person that just like discovered a part of black culture and is trying to like,
I just feel like Okay, there's a difference between, like you said when we discussed this before.
Hey, Wildflower.
Hey, Wildflower. When we discussed this before, you brought up Miley Cyrus. Mm-hmm. Okay. So Miley Cyrus, when she had the Wrecking Ball album and what's that other song she had that was really popular?
The J's on.
Yeah, the J's on. It was almost like a costume versus she really was about that. And that album was a good album. I'm not. What's it called? Bangers. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna hate on the album. The album was good. Mm-hmm. It's just that the way that she chose to promote it with having a costume of blackness versus actually just being like Britney Spears. Britney Spears has done urban music.
I'll tell her what it is, R&B.
She's done R&B music. She's done R&B influenced songs, but it was never. Hold on.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Hold on.
Mama, I'm doing the show.
Mama calling.
I'll call you back in a minute. Love you, bye.
But with Britney Spears, it was never like she was never doing too much.
Right.
Hold on, girl. This no, it's back on. All right, y'all. It was never like a costume with Britney Spears. Mm-hmm. It was always. It was just her being her and singing to music that had R&B flair in it. Mm-hmm. With Miley Cyrus, it was like, oh shit!
She took it to the extreme, bitch.
And then you kind of like turn around and go back to your regular genre, was like pop and country and rock, and it's like you almost kind of like forget that you did that.
When the shit got tough, she got the fuck out, bitch.
And I still respect. I think Miley Cyrus is a really good singer. I think she's a really good songwriter and performer, and I really like her. But at that time, I think she was doing too much. Justin Bieber, to me, is a culture vulture. Mm-hmm. Justin Bieber, to me, goes out there and takes blackness and puts it on like a costume and takes it off when he wants to. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not genuine to me. Artists that are genuine, to me, are people like Christina, people like Justin Timberlake. Come on now. Okay, here we go. Drag her and her career.
This is the thing. I know this happened like 20 years ago, but because I'm a Justin Timberlake fan, I wasn't.
Okay, hold on. Let's not bring up the Janet Jackson thing. It has nothing to do with this subject. That's a whole different subject.
It does.
Culture appropriation. What happened with him and Janet in the Super Bowl has nothing to do with this discussion. You can tell it's performative and not genuine. Yeah. Bieber, Jay-Z.
When the shit got tough, he didn't have her back.
Okay, that's very true. We're talking about music genres. We're talking about titties falling out. We're talking about music genres.
When the shit got No. But I love Justin Timberlake too, though.
I think the only problem I have with Justin Timberlake as far as his music is I think he is so talented and he works with a lot of black artists that he feels like he has to put on more versus just being natural.
You gotta exaggerate it.
Right, he exaggerates his black costume versus just being like a Britney Spears where he just sits back and let it happen. So I blame him for maybe putting on, but his music is wonderful. His music, I like Justin Timberlake's music. I'm a fan of Justin Timberlake's music. I think it's good. I think it's well produced. I think it's well written.
Except for that last album,
Man in the Woods.
Yeah, that last album.
That was
that last album lost me. Child.
Yeah, that made me sleepy.
I'm gonna go back to Miley Cyrus. I think what happened with Miley Cyrus was she was on the Disney Channel, right?
Yes.
So when she got out of the contract, usually Disney stars are the singers, aka Remy Simone. People don't really take them serious when they hit the real music industry. So I think with that, she's probably hanging around like a lot of rappers and shit.
We talking about
Miley Cyrus.
Okay.
And you know she like to smoke too. You know. So I think she just took that and she took it to the extreme.
Like a rebellion thing?
Yeah, like a rebellion. I do think that she does have some. She is influenced by R&B and stuff like that too.
No, Ladaz, I love Justin Timberlake, Ladaz. But okay, back to what I said earlier about there's a specific type of culture vulture that really bothers me. I'm not really that mad because let me touch on this too.
Mikey.
Let me touch on this too. When it comes to white artists doing like R&B music, like Blue Eyed Soul type stuff, I don't always blame the artists. You have to blame the record executives that push them more than the black artists.
Facts.
And you also have to blame the audience that only focuses on them and not the other black artists. It's not really Adele's fault that people like her soulful music. But the thing about Adele is also very, if you listen to her albums, she's very influenced by bluegrass and country music. We're not gonna go there. But I don't always blame the artist itself. There's a specific type of cultural appropriation that bothers me. I call it the Kardashian effect. It's when you take something that black people or marginalized groups of people have like solidified, do it and then rename it. Like the time where
Glass hair.
yes, that time when Kim Kardashian had the flat ironed, the bone straight shiny bob that stopped right here. She called it glass hair. Bitch, it's a bob.
And Tamika got that bob down the street, bitch.
Bitch, that's a wrap.
And that same bob she did, yours cost about like $10,000. Hers cost about like $55.
Yeah, it's like you can't take something that somebody already established and make it your own and call it something different. Like even with the Kardashians, well, even with Kim Kardashian. Now, this is not hating Kim Kardashian. I enjoy the Kardashians, but I also know when they fucking up.
Right.
So, also what she did was when it came to makeup, when she really first started promoting her makeup line, she was like, you know how you have the drag queens put on their makeup and then put on the powder and let it sit, and they call it baking. She went on her like Snapchat and Instagram stories, and she called it, I forgot what she called it. It was something along the lines of cooking. Like she said something about it cooking, and I was like, that's not a new thing, Kim. Like, drag queens and makeup artists have been doing this for years. You can't just take something that the queer community has been doing since the beginning of time and then act like you created it. You know?
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Do you think black people can appropriate?
What?
A certain culture. Do you think black people can appropriate?
I don't know. That gets a little cloudy for me.
I'm going to give you an example.
I do think that it's offensive. And I think it was acceptable back in the day, but I don't think it's not acceptable now. Like because I feel like a lot of times black people take a lot from like the Asian culture. And I'm not saying that it's like complete culture vulture or culture appropriation, but
The
like,
chopsticks.
the chopsticks in the hair.
I used to love that shit.
The kimono style dresses. But that's why I say it gets cloudy, because it's like fashion influence.
But Asian people take a lot from black culture too.
The dog said yes.
Asian people take a lot from black culture too. So it's kind of like we just flip flopping, child. But when I ask that, I'm talking about like.
Oh yeah, because Kim Kardashian called her cornrows boxer braids. Bitch, cornrows.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you an example. All of a sudden now, like all of the mainstream acts, like R&B, hip hop acts, they're taking a little bit of ballroom culture.
Okay,
So
I see where you're going.
Be honest. Speak your
I
mind.
am seeing an influx in gay
Come on,
culture.
bitch.
I am seeing an influx in the mainstream world taking from the queer community, especially the black and Latino or Latinx community. So I think it's not, with that, I don't consider it cultural appropriation. It probably falls under that because you have to acknowledge where it's coming from.
Exactly.
And they're not acknowledging where it's coming from. If you're going to speak our language, if you're going to say our sayings and our isms, if you're going to have people, voguing and if you're going to have that in your repertoire, you need to acknowledge, and you also need to stand up for us when shit goes down. Because ain't no motherfucking way you saying cunt and shade and throwing shade and slay and all this stuff, but as soon as a trans woman is killed in the streets, you have nothing to say.
Silence.
Nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I blame the fans too.
But at the same time, here's a perfect example of how everybody can fix this. Okay? All you have to do, like, for example, all you have to do is acknowledge where you got it from. If you're going to say our lingo, you need to represent us. You need to fight for us when things happen to us. You need to post it. You need to be standing for it. Because you're not going to take from our community. And also you have to include us in it. Why are you having voguers in your video, but they're not actual voguers? They're just dancers that learn to dance. Versus you can go get actual voguers that are in the ballroom scene to do that for you. So yeah,
it's facts.
But you know who I think is I think there's a couple people that have done cultural appropriation the right way. Listen, there's two people.
Three.
I'm not going to call it appropriation. I'm going to call it they were influenced and they used the people in that community to help them do it. I'm going to count this. I only got two. Who's your third one?
I'll tell you two.
Okay, so my top two white artists that have really taken from other cultures but did it right. My number two person is Gwen Stefani.
Okay.
Gwen Stefani included soca artists in No Doubt's music when it was Jamaican and reggae inspired. Listen. She included the Japanese culture when she did the Harajuku and all that. She included the Cholas. They were in the video.
Were they really Hispanic though?
Yes.
Okay.
Watch the video again. She included the people that she was influenced by. It wasn't like No Doubt did reggae music and didn't include no reggae producers, no reggae artists. That one album they did, Rocksteady, that whole album was produced and written by reggae and soca artists.
They went and stayed in Jamaica. That's what I was about to say. Do you know that Jamaicans like really consider Gwen Stefani Jamaican?
Yeah, because she used them.
They stayed there in Jamaica.
They got their credit. That community got recognized for that music. It wasn't the Harajuku girls. People didn't know who the Harajuku girls were before Gwen Stefani, but she brought them into the pop culture. She had actual Harajuku girls behind her. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's how you do it. You include those people from that culture in it, so they are also making the money off of it and getting the recognition off of it, and you're just the catalyst or the vessel to bring it into the mainstream. My number one white artist that has taken from different cultures and did it right.
Hold on, wait, before you say it. Oh, bitch.
You gotta take a drink before this? Because I'm giving her honor, honey. It's Madonna. Madonna has done it right. Okay? When Madonna was doing the Blonde Ambition and had all those Vogue and all that, people from those clubs that she went to, listen, those dancers that she used during the whole like Blonde Ambition era, the whole all that Vogue era, she got them from the nightclubs in New York.
And paid them $25.
And then, no, bitch, have you ever watched that documentary? She treated them very nicely.
She gave them $25 and a bag of condoms.
She treated them very well. They saw the motherfucking world and got paid for their services, bitch. Okay, and they were listed as choreographers, honey. Madonna has taken the girls and used them in the visuals and took them on tour. Okay? The same thing when she used the Asian culture, when she used the Japanese culture and Chinese culture. She included those people, those practitioners. They taught her what she had to do. They were on tour with her. They did. It was like she used herself. She was inspired by the culture, but she said, I'm not going to take that culture and just act like I created it. I'm going to bring the girls with me. Madonna is number one.
Trash.
He loves Madonna, bitch.
You know,
Beyonce was slammed for a Lion King video album thingy, but by true Africans, they felt she was being stereotypical. That's another thing, Ladaz. Good thing you brought it up. That's about black people that are cultural appropriation. When it comes to Beyonce doing the Gift album and putting out Black is King, I think whenever you take from a culture, people are going to dissect it. People in that culture, people that live it every day, are going to dissect it and question the validity and the genuine.
Yeah.
What's the word for that?
If it's
authentic, the authenticity of it.
Yeah.
But still, just like Madonna, I said Britney. Just like Madonna, Beyonce brought those artists in. There was that. First off, the Black is King, the Gift album, was, I would say, 40% Beyonce in the recordings. She let a lot of those African artists have their way with that album. She did. You know what I'm saying? She used that album. Yeah, she was on a couple songs, but some of the songs she wasn't in the way on it.
But I can't give
But if who's gonna bring that? Okay? I think it's important to bring the beauty of that continent over here.
Yeah, that's very important.
And yeah, she might have cherry-picked certain parts of the culture, but you can't put everything in it.
I can see us in the studio now. What are some famous sayings that they say in the country of Africa?
Not the country of Africa. In the country of Africa, what do they say when they say something hot?
I want to know how to speak Swahili.
But no. Like Beyonce, she did it right too.
One person that I would say didn't have like the representatives in their video, but I say that I don't think that they're cultural appropriating is Fergie. Because I would say that because genuine. Yeah, because Fergie has knowledge about hip hop. Mm-hmm. Like she educated herself about the hip hop culture. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So like, I really think she did that without coming off as a cultural appropriator.
Yeah, it was genuine. It was like it wasn't a costume. Mm-hmm. She wasn't sitting there looking like Rachel Dozier. Like Fergie did it right too. I agree with Fergie. I like Fergie
and Tina Marie.
But bringing up Tina Marie, was that how many you got? 3, right?
It was 2.
So Fergie. I'm sorry. Can you not acknowledge when I do that? Shit. My mouth is very juicy. So Fergie, you went to go about how you feel about Tina Marie.
Tina Marie black.
Hey Tia.
Tina Marie is black. We traded her for Stacey. Who was a problematic black person back then? We traded her for Stacey Dash. We love Tina. Tina Marie black. She don't even belong in the conversation.
Okay, who's your third person?
You took Britney, so I wanted to say Britney.
Well, I didn't say Britney.
Okay, Britney. I think Britney because Britney has mastered having R&B and hip hop influences in her music.
That perfect fusion.
Yeah, but she's still a white girl.
Yeah.
You still gonna be a white girl.
It was never a costume.
Until the outrageous video where she had the belt.
As you can see, it never came out.
But she injured her knee.
But it still never came out.
Yeah,
we don't even get no. We don't have no clips or anything from it. There's pictures.
This is a clip too.
I never saw the clip.
Yeah. But yeah, Britney Spears. I give Madonna her just due, child. And who else?
But you want to touch on?
What?
I want to touch on when it comes to genuine, right? Okay, for example, my sister. Mm-hmm. Okay, then we're gonna move away from music and go into like actual life. Mm-hmm. My sister is Caucasian. Mm-hmm. She's white, and we have different fathers. Mm-hmm. So my sister, from the age of I would say about 4, mm-hmm. was raised by my father, mm-hmm. which was a black man. So automatically, my sister went from having no black family to having a huge amount of black cousins, black aunts, black, everything. Mm-hmm. A black father, like that was her father. It wasn't like a stepfather kind of thing. So my sister grew up. We lived in mainly urban neighborhoods, especially late 90s. To now, we lived in urban neighborhoods. All her friends were black. She went to black schools. Well, primarily black schools. Her friends were black. She didn't have any like white friends. And she's a little urban. She's down. You met her. My sister is a cool girl. She's laid back, but she is a little urban. Now, to me, I wouldn't have a problem. I don't have a problem. My sister's not faking blackness. Mm-hmm. She's not using it as a costume. She's been raised by black people since she was 4. Right. She gotta have a little bit of spice. Mm-hmm. Like she cooks really good. Mm-hmm. Like her food tastes good. Like she fries chicken down. Like she's my sister is an honorary black woman. I think. Same with my mother. All her friends were black. Her husband was black, so automatically she adopted a bunch of black cousins, nieces, nephews, and all this stuff. So it's like, when you're in that culture for years or your whole life, sometimes you're going to come out spicy.
Hey, Gigi.
You're going to come out with isms of the black community. You're going to have a season. Mm-hmm. And that's when I think things get genuine. Like you said, Fergie. I believe that Fergie was raised in L.A., she really immersed herself in the hip-hop culture in L.A. That's why she knows so much about it. When you sit there and educate yourself versus just doing what you think black people do.
Or doing what you think is the way you know.
Right. No. Or do offensive things that, like, when you make a character out of black people versus you just naturally have a little bit of seasoning in your blood.
That's why I said I'm not offended by black white people that were raised in the hood. Like Eminem was raised in the hood. I don't like his music. I don't care about his music. But
I don't think Eminem is. I don't think he is a culture vulture. I think that's him. And he doesn't. Even with Eminem, he doesn't act black. You know what I'm saying?
You tell he got some seasoning.
He has seasoning. Yes.
Yeah. So I definitely think that I'm not offended by those people that grew up, around a whole bunch of black people. But it's just those people that are cringy that, yeah.
What about people that were not raised? What about white people that were not raised around black people, right? Mm-hmm. Or raised around a black community. Mm-hmm. And they hit 13, 14 years old and all of a sudden hip-hop was the shit to them.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. This in comparison to Fergie. Mm-hmm. Fergie was a child actor. Mm-hmm. But Fergie immersed herself in the hip-hop community and she educated herself. So I take her serious because she knows the history of what the fuck she's talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, to me, it's all about respect. Mm-hmm. You respect the community or the culture that you're pulling from. Mm-hmm. And I am 100% behind being influenced by other cultures. Mm-hmm. I do not believe that because you are a white person or because you're a black person, you have to strictly only do what white people do or black people do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that. I believe it's good to melt together cultures and pool, but it's all about, are you respecting it? Are you putting these things on in honor versus like trying to call it your own? That's the problem I had with the Kardashians and the Justin Biebers and the Miley Cyruses. It was a more of, let me take this, but I'm gonna call it something different.
But we gotta give the Kardashian.
Oh no, but I love Kardashian.
No. I'm saying. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about, especially Kim.
Yeah.
But when something go on with a black person, she puts her money where her mouth is.
Yeah.
More than what a lot of black people do, to be honest.
I love how Kim Kardashian is really focused on prison reform. I'm really, not just her, Kardashians across the board, and the Jenners. Well, the
Kim really
the two
are.
Jenners, not Caitlyn. Not Caitlyn. They do put their money where their mouth is. If it's a Black Lives Matter situation, they are putting their money where their mouth is. They're posting it. They have a huge influence online. They're posting about it. Kim Kardashian has been very instrumental in getting people out of jail that didn't deserve to be in jail, or trying to get people out of jail that don't deserve to be there. She's really taking it seriously by actually learning the law and practicing to be a lawyer. So I give her the flowers for that. Like, they really put their money where their mouth is when it comes to social issues. And I think they have kind of learned from their mistakes, because now it's not as in your face as, I'm calling it this now. It's more like they just do it. They don't rename it. They don't, you know. But yeah, I like the Kardashians personally.
I do too.
No, what I'm about to say. Okay, I do have one critique about Madonna.
What is it?
I have one critique about it. It just popped in my head. I have one critique about Madonna and cultural appropriation. In the song Vogue, you don't revel in this, bitch. Because I'm saying something.
Drag her.
Bring her career. My only thing about Madonna that kind of made me do a little bit of a side eye, and this is years later, and I think it was just the time back then, but now it's like, okay, girl. Drag her. On Vogue, in that little rap part she doesn't name one black person. Not one black person was named. And you know, if anybody heard the song Vogue, well,
but it's in Jamacho.
How go? You know the
Fred
word.
Astaire.
Emerald, Dietrich and DiMaggio, Marlon Brando, Jimmy Dean, on the cover of a magazine, Grace Kelly, Hollow Jean, picture of a beauty queen. It was like all.
She could have said
Lena Horne, Dorothy Dandridge,
Dapper Dan.
Yeah, it's like I said, it was 1991, well 1990, but it's like not one black person was named in her rap. That's the only critique I have about Madonna.
It's your face.
That's one critique, bitch. Don't do that. Let's see what the dog said. I can't read.
What about black people that give
What about black people that give non-blacks a pass? I had a white friend.
Why you read like you a third?
I had a white friend who used the N-word around me, and I later found out that it was because her black boyfriend gave her a pass. I didn't think that was fair to her or me. Ladaz. Now, if anybody has watched past episodes, I do not like the N-word.
Nigga.
You can say it. I don't say the N-word in any context with the A at the end or the ER. I'm not comfortable. I personally am not comfortable with white people saying the N-word. I'm not particularly comfortable with black people saying the N-word, but that's what they want to do. They want to have that in their culture. That's fine. I'm not participating in it. To me, I just think as a white person,
hey Robbie,
I don't understand why you would want, white people really want to say it.
But it ain't only white people. It's the white people. Is
non-blacks.
They really want to say the word. They really get offended.
It's like, but at the same time, it's like, it's a part of the culture. Rappers, artists, actors, comedians say these words, and that makes it enticing to say to people that are not black. And that's why I think we should all stop saying the N-word. But I don't feel comfortable with a non-black person saying the N-word. I think the word is too blood-drenched.
But this is why black people, we took that power.
But I don't think...
Bitch, it's the same reason why you say faggot. But you don't want to say nigga, but he can say he loves... Well, I ain't trying to get you canceled, bitch. But he loves it. He loves it. He loves to say faggot, Reed.
I do like saying faggot. Okay? But I say it for comedic purposes only. But the F word and the N word are two different degrees of offensive.
Yeah.
And I just personally don't feel comfortable with somebody who says that, especially someone that's non-black.
Does it make you uncomfortable when I say nigga?
No, because you're my friend, so I don't really care if you say it. I mean, let me reiterate. I don't mind a black person saying it. I just choose not to say it. Because A, I am half white, and I feel like my colonizer side should not be saying the N-word. Okay? And then also I just think it's too blood-drenched. It just makes me uncomfortable when anybody uses it, especially someone that's non-black.
You know, I don't use the N-word a lot. I do it on purpose.
But I don't think it's anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't use it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't usually use it a lot. But I do know where it comes from. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you gotta get with a nigga.
He gets on my fucking nerves. But no, I just feel like, all in all, to just resolve the issue with cultural appropriation, A, you just have to respect the culture. Mm-hmm. B, include the people of that culture in the creation.
Don't speak English.
Okay, I'm sorry. So, you have to respect it, you have to include the people in the culture, and you have to let it be genuine. It can't just be something that you found so cool that I want to do. I want to wear cornrows. I want to put on a bandana. But let a black person style you. Include black people or Latinx people in the video. Include the gays in the video. Include the trans girls. Include the trans men. Include who you're taking from in it. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
What is your ending thoughts of that?
The same thing. Like this. My thing is, if you're gonna do it, educate yourself. Yeah. Like if you're influenced by hip hop culture, and I say that to people that are black. If you black and you're trying to be a rapper, hip hop is one of the hardest industries. I mean, one of the hardest genres to get respect. If you really want to be respected within hip hop culture, you have to educate yourself about the origin of hip hop.
And you can't be easily broken either. You can't be no weak, sensitive person because they're gonna get on you.
You gotta come. If they're gonna come and they're gonna be like, "What's your top 5?" You can come in there and be like,
And they ain't gonna want.
Look, they're gonna be like, Jay-Z. What's your favorite Jay-Z song?
Jay-Z,
album track. Mm-hmm. And they be sitting there like this.
Or they'll be like this. What's your favorite Jay-Z song? Okay, what album came off of it?
You can't do that, sis. You gotta educate yourself.
And you can't. And your top. If you're a hip hop artist and somebody asks you who your top hip hop artists are, you can't say no typical shit.
Right.
Excuse me. You can't say no typical shit like Jay-Z, Tupac, Biggie. It's like, okay, girl, we all like Jay-Z, Tupac, and Biggie.
Like, who do you like?
We all like Jay-Z. Who is not a hip hop fucking juggernaut that you like?
Yeah.
Cause we all like Biggie and Tupac. We all like Jay-Z. We all like motherfucking who?
The Kanye West, Lil Kim.
I'm not no hip hop artist though. I like Lil Kim. I like Kanye West. I used to like Kanye West. I don't fuck with him like that anymore. I don't fuck with him like that much. That heavy.
Child, I love Kanye. But then, and all that chaos, there's some truth in what he's saying. But anyway,
but at the end of the day, you just have to respect the culture that you're pulling from. That's it.
And it's time for you to respect your sweet Sunday treat.
Okay, so our sweet Sunday treat. I'm just gonna pick it out of my head.
Pick it out
because I have no idea who I want my sweet Sunday treat to be. So sweet Sunday treat, every Sunday we pick somebody off Instagram or just an actor or entertainer that we really find attractive or that we really like what they're doing in the community. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to take it off the head because I haven't said his name because I always say his name. I'm just going to say his name because I don't have nobody else.
Say his name.
Idris Elba.
I don't get that.
Idris Elba is a wonderful actor.
He is.
He's sexy as all get out.
He has a sexy accent.
He's dark skinned, which I love a good chocolate man.
He's a chocolate word.
And number one thing that gets these panties moist, girl, is a black man with a British accent. That will. I don't care how.
The most
listen, I don't care how you look. You can look like the gum at the bottom of my shoe, bitch. But if you a black man with a British accent, you getting these goodies.
That is the most ghetto shit I've ever heard.
You get these goodies. I'm a bird. Call me a bird.
Bird, bitch.
Call me a bird.
You are a fucking bird, girl.
But Idris Elba is my sweet Sunday treat.
Okay. My sweet Sunday treat is this guy. His name is Cortland. His IG is Full Out Cortland. He's a choreographer, dancer choreographer. He's very gorgeous to me. He's gorgeous to me. And also, very gorgeous. But also I like that his views about the dance community, because he's one person that he feels that we need to. If let's say that I'm good in the part of hip hop where you're not good at, and this is how I've always felt. If I know that I'm good in the part where you're not good at, I'm going to help you. I'm not going to like judge you. And dancers can be very judgy.
Singers too.
Dancers can be very overcritical of other dancers. And I just like the fact that he didn't adopt that that mindset. And he's Doja Cat's choreographer.
Okay.
So yeah, and he's thick as fuck too.
I never seen him.
Courtney, you thick!
I have go to his Instagram. I never seen him before.
Yeah.
Okay. So, since we said our sweet Sunday treat, earlier this week, you guys, I put out a post for people to send us questions.
Yes.
Or send us any kind of need for advice. This segment is called Dear Virgos.
Dear Virgo.
And if you want to send us a question, you can send your question to virgoasfuck@gmail.com. Make sure that fuck is spelled with Fxck. virgoasfuck@gmail.com. Or you can just DM us, whatever. But we want it in the email form to be more organized. We're Virgos, we need organization.
I need organization.
But yeah, so we have a question.
What's that question?
From Tasia from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
Let me read it.
Hey, Tasia from Charlotte, North
If you're watching, Tasia, she didn't give us like an Instagram or anything. She just like said her name. I won't put her email out there. So this is our first and only question. But it's fine. We'll get some more.
It's gonna build up.
Okay. So her question was, it's a long question too. We gotta get it. So, dear Virgos, hey guys, I love the show, and I am a proud Zodiac. Shout out to the Zodiacs out there. My son is 9 years old, and I am noticing some behaviors that might indicate that he'll grow up to be gay. Oh, wow. He really loves Disney princesses. So did I, girl. He likes to hang around his female family members more than his male family members. Me. And he loves pop divas. All right. Here's where it gets juicy. I have been raised in the church, and even though I will love him no matter what, I still have beliefs in the back of my head that being gay is wrong. However, I am still growing and learning about the world, and I want to know how can I support my son and also maintain my spiritual beliefs. That's a loaded question.
Cooks is. You gotta release the thing.
So, I just feel like, Tasia, The only thing that you can do is, it's just plain and simple, just support your son. Mm-hmm. Like, even though it might be something that is hard for you, educate yourself on it. Make sure that he feels like you support him and that you love him no matter what, so he doesn't feel like he is, ostracized out of the family. Other ways you can help is like, if you're not that educated in the LGBT community, you can get a mentor for him. There's plenty of different resources and centers that you can send him to. You can put him in certain classes where he can meet people that are like him, like a dance class or a music class or some kind of creative class where a lot of people like us, gay people, dwell in creative spaces. So you can put him in something like that where he can be around people that are like him and just show him support. I know that it's a scary thing because as a parent you worry about bullying and stuff like that, but you just have to support him. And you already know how I feel about the spirituality part of it. Let go. And let God. Of all that Christian.
And let God.
Let go of all that religious, traditional things. There's so many things that came out about the Bible that doesn't even translate into what we think it is. So, be spiritual, love God, love the universe, love the spiritual aspects of it, but also just support your son and make sure that he feels comfortable to be himself.
Come to you.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, I'm going to piggyback off of the spiritual part. Because Reese is a heathen. I'm going to say, Jesus said his last commandment was that we love one another. That's it. Mm-hmm. So at the very most, the way that you can really not feel convicted about your spiritual beliefs, but still love your son, is just love your son. That's what Jesus wanted.
That's it.
That's your child. You pushed the child. I don't know how long, Tasia, you were in labor with your child, but you pushed the child out of you. So, like, that's your responsibility to love the child no matter what. Mm-hmm. And, a lot of, because I'm black, mm-hmm. A lot of black parents go wrong is they...
And we're assuming that you're black, Tasia.
Yeah, we're assuming that you're black.
I never met a white girl named Tasia.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. I ain't want to say it. But a lot of black parents go wrong is when their child comes out, they kind of like ostracize them and make it hard for them to like really open up and really talk to them and really get a mutual understanding. So just really try to make it to where your son can feel comfortable. Because he's 9 years old. He probably won't even be gay when he He's probably just likes feminine things. And it's a lot of it's a lot of men that are straight, but they're just soft.
From personal experience, her son, she didn't give us his name. Her son sounds like me when I was 9. And look what you got coming for you, baby.
But Reese, you may be straight.
Look what you got coming for your Tasia girl.
There's a reason why you don't want to date. You may be straight. You may want.
I'm not straight.
You may want a woman.
I'm not straight.
You don't want no woman?
At all.
You don't want no woman?
No.
Not even the same?
No, I wouldn't. No, actually, I would. I would have sexual interaction with a woman with another man.
Anyway,
I wouldn't do it alone. I do it with another man.
This is so weird. We talking about Tasia.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tasia. Blame it on the
Tasia, just love your child.
Instagram's counting down.
Love your child. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that's like the Dodge just said. Love is always the answer. The one thing God requires of us is the one thing that God requires of us
that covers everything is love. Supporting your son will not make you any less spiritual.
Right.
So that's why I say, like, this is God's only command is to just love one another. Right. And I don't know why people can't get that. Mm-hmm. But it's so simple.
And have an open dialogue with your son. Let him express himself. Ask him questions like, right. How do you feel? Do you feel like this? Do you feel like that? Let it be known that you are open to whatever he's deciding he's going to do with his life as far as who he's attracted to and who he falls in love with. That's it.
And
we got 1 minute on Instagram.
Okay. And have make it easy so that your son can come to you and talk about sex.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people
I know it's awkward for parents.
It's awkward, but you don't want your child to get out here and it's like run to anybody that is willing to give him love in the form of sex. So like, make sure he's educated about sex too.
But yeah,
so
we
need to do a sex episode.
We do need to do a sex episode.
That will be my shit.
The next episode should be a sex episode.
It's gonna be a sex episode.
But again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Virgo as Fuck this week. And thank you so much, Tasia, for sending your question in. We love you. If you have any questions, you guys, please send an email to us at virgoasfuck@gmail.com.
Because we got 4 people to come in. Y'all can please send us 4 questions.
But again, thank you guys so much for watching.
Wow.
Can you please share this video? And
this is one of my closing.
What?
I wish y'all peace, love, and prosperity. And whenever you get your monetary prosperity, just give me 10%.
Okay.
Love you. Bye.
Oh, you do our handshake.
Oh, you ready?
Hey. Oh, yes. Thank you, guys. Love y'all.
Bye. I know that's right.
I know that's right.